What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of NAS100 analysis today. And we're going to pick up from where we left off. Okay, so the last time I did a video was a long time ago. I was having internet problems. It was affecting our entire area, right? So there was a power outage somewhere, and it took a while for the engineers to get round and get everything sorted out. So it took practically 2 weeks, if not just a little bit over, right? But the main thing is everything seems to be normal now, so we're back. So I'm going to pick up from where I left off, right? And there was a couple of things that I talked about in the last video, so I'm just going to briefly go over that and then get on with what I think is going to be taking place over the coming days and weeks in regards to the markets, right? So this chart at the moment is seeming a bit bare because most of the work that I did on it has been removed, right? So I've had to obviously bring out a bare one. So we're just gonna obviously pick up from where we left off. No big deal, no big deal. All right. So the first line that we're gonna look at right now is the line that has just been broken. So the first trend line, or the first level that has just been broken with the price movement right now. Okay, so it's broken above this level over here, and depending on what social media or news outlets, financial news outlets that is out there, they are looking at this as some major significance, right? And that price is going to continue to push upwards. That is what they are saying, which is absolutely fine. Me personally, in my opinion, right, I kind of want to make sure that I can get to the same answers that they've gotten to myself, rather than them telling me that, oh, it's going to keep going up and then it starts breaking down. In my opinion, looking at where this is right now, I'm expecting price to break down from this level where it is right now to start making its way downwards. And over the last 2 weeks, I've been looking for any sell opportunities and obviously been trading those. I won some, lost some. It's just how it goes, but it's just the direction I'm facing in. So I'm going against the advice that would be given by trading gurus, trading experts, etc., in regards to following the trend, because of the location where it is. In my opinion, I have a feeling it's going to be breaking down soon, and when it does, that's when I want to catch it, right? Because I think with the state of everything that's going on in the world right now, I don't think this price is going to break above this level over here. Okay, it could do. If it does, fantastic. We're back to the good old days, right? But I don't think it is. And even if it does get up here, I think it's going to break back down again. The reason why I say that is there is a couple of events that's going to be taking place moving forward. So, for example, the first big one is taking place on June the 1st, which is the US debt ceiling. Are they going to raise it, or are they going to obviously keep that where it is, right? So just bear with me a moment. I'm just going to just do something right now. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Okay, so this right now, what you're looking at right now is the US debt clock, right? And they need to raise the ceiling, right? They need to raise the ceiling so that they can keep doing what it is that they're doing, right? Okay, now they're not going to be able to pay all this back. Let's be honest here. This looks crazy. They're not going to be able to pay all of this back. So either they're going to default on their obligations, okay, right? And if they do, then we can expect that to do some form of a tumble, right? Because, I mean, why? Because obviously it's going to weaken the value of the dollar, which means this whole thing here is going to become cheaper, right? So this is even better than the FOREX factory or FX news that we get, because this is actual. If this debt ceiling does not get raised so that more money can be printed, or whatever it is, however they generate the money, if that can't continue, right, then naturally basically means everything is going to take a tumble. Now the link to this, well, just type this in usdebtclock.org, right? And you will get that information. You can see it for yourself. Imagine your bank account looking like this. I mean, all these reds in there. That's what you got outstanding. And look at how he's moving, mate. Like, if you give it 10 minutes here, yeah, this would be $1 million, right? And everything is going up. Oh mate, this is insane. This is crazy. This is crazy. But anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? So enough about that. Sorry about that. I've got a bit of a cold, hay fever, etc. So at the moment, right now, I'm keeping an eye as to what is going on in regards to this price over here. Okay, so the next level that price could potentially go up to is this zone right here. Okay, this zone right here, which is 15,279.2. So will price make it to this level? Could it's already produce a higher high in comparison to this high? So you could more or less say we're going back into an uptrend. But the big one, the one that absolutely needs to get broken before we can consider this an uptrend, is this one over here, which is 16,767.0. If this level gets broken, then it's fair to assume we are in an uptrend. But this is what I think, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is what I think. And by the way, we're looking at this on a day. We're going to go into an hour very shortly, so I can just let you know what my views or what my vibe is in regards to how I may possibly trade next week. So just give us a minute and we're going to get into that, right? So the next levels that I'm going to put in are all the bottoms, right? So this is the bottom right here. We're going to make it red, you know, just to make sure that it's quite clear so you guys can see what it is that I mean. So we got a bottom over here, okay, right? And we got another bottom over here, right? And then we have another bottom over here, and then we have another one over here, right? All the bottoms in this area over here are all relevant, but I'm just trying to keep this chart neat. So in your own time, obviously, you can then go ahead and then make sure that it all makes sense to you in terms of how you want to do it. But this is how I'm just doing it, just for the sake of this video, just so that everything stays clean. Just so that everything stays clean. Okay, just bear me a moment. Okay. Alright, so this is what I think is going to happen, okay, right, yeah? So one or two things can happen next week. Either price will make his way up to this level over here, okay? And even if it doesn't make his way over here, it's going to pull back down, all right? So this level over here is the big one for us, right? So I'm just going to make it big. So this one here and this one here are the big ones, because these are the ones that are absolutely going to tell us if certain situation has emerged or not. So for example, if it breaks this level, we're back in an uptrend again, right? If it breaks this level, the downtrend hasn't ended, right? Any of these levels in between, right, we just have to read it as it goes, right? So this is what I think how price may move, right? So price will say it will get to this level, right? And by the way, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice, and I'm not saying what I'm saying right now is absolutely going to happen, okay? We are all watching the same thing, and we're going to see how it plays out in real time. This is just my best estimates in terms of how I think everything is going to go down, right? So price makes its way to this level. It doesn't break this level, in my opinion, right? It breaks down. If it lands over here, okay, and starts pushing back up again, right, then it makes this level that much more attractive in terms of it could actually hit this zone over here, okay, right, in my opinion. Let me If it lands over here, okay, it still makes this level. These two levels are the two levels that he may visit. So either this one up here, either this one over here or this one over here, okay, if it lands over here and starts pushing back up again, right? So we're going to skip this middle one because it basically means the same thing, right? But if it lands over here, okay, then it's fair to assume it might come back to this zone, providing price continues on its way up to this zone, right? If it breaks lower than this, like it lands somewhere down here or a little bit higher, but either way it's lower than these areas over here, then it's fair to assume that we should be downward facing in terms of all the opportunities that come our way in regards to the market. So if market closes anywhere above this level, between this zone over here, let me so we're just going to leave worst case scenario, and I'm just going to draw a little box in this area as to say, so we're just going to say if price comes anywhere in this area over here, okay, it was still in no man's land because we don't have a clear direction as to what way price is going in, if it's going to be breaking down or if it's going to be breaking up. And when I mean breaking down, I mean breaking past this point over here, which would be which would be 10,480.3. So if it breaks below this level over here, then we can say, okay, price is going to keep going down. We wait for it to push up, and then we start selling. And by the way, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. It is super important that you know this. I'm just a regular guy giving my best estimates in regards to what I think market may or may not do. Right? It's important that you know that I am not an expert. Don't take my word for it. Do your own homework. Do your own research. Right? If it lands over here, right? If it lands anywhere in this zone, we're still working for our lunch. We're still working for our lunch, right? If it goes above this level, it's pretty much a relative easy trade for us, right? Easy for us to manage. It's quite straightforward. I mean, not this level, sorry, got it wrong. So everything I said is in relation to this zone right here, okay? Sorry, this zone right here. Okay, right? If price is bouncing in between this zone right here, okay, then we could basically have a very large range in this zone, a very large range in this zone, which is if it gets to this level, it doesn't break above, it's really relatively straightforward. We sell all the way down to this level. It doesn't break below this level, it starts pushing up. We start buying because we know it's going to be bouncing in between this box for however long that continues for. A bit like UK 100. Okay, so UK 100 is like a massive range. Like, I've never seen UK 100 looking like this, right? It's more or less up down in a range like that, and it's been like that for however long I've looked at the market. You can go in and take a look for yourself. It's just a massive range, right? So okay, so with that, so with all of this covered now in terms of the long-term view, right? Now let's go into the short-term view. The short-term view, and for that we need to jump into the hour. So we're just going to go into the hour real quick, and we're just going to take a quick look to see what we got going on. Okay. So in the hour, what we can see, we have what I would consider, and it's not entirely accurate, it's not dead on, right? But I will view it in this way, and that's no lie. I would definitely view it in this way. I view it something of a rising flag, right? Where my vibe would be, I'll be expecting price to do something like this, breakdown. Okay, it might not happen. The opposite could happen. It could continue to push up to that zone that I mentioned. So where is the zone? It could push up to this zone right here. Okay, that is definitely a possibility. Or it could break down to this zone over here. Okay, and that is the vibe that I would be going with, right? So what I would want to do in that case is there any reference point I can find? All right. So for next week, how I would look at this situation, is I would wait to see. At the beginning of this week. So I wouldn't do anything on a Monday because Monday's a bank holiday. So Tuesday is when I will really start paying attention to what the market is doing. I would wait to see what happens in this area. Okay? And there isn't a clear area in this zone here where I could mark out as a reference for a structural break, right? So there isn't an area that I can actually mark out to point out to you guys and say, hey, if this happens, you might want to consider this. So what I would say in this video is I will need to keep an eye on it. Right? So in all fairness, what I can say is this. If price starts pushing up above this level over here, which is, let's say, I'm going to say 14,373.4. Okay, I will assume that price wants to get to 15,279.2. I would assume that if it breaks above this level over here, okay, and I may join it with a buy, but then I'll be scared of doing that. In all fairness, what I really want to make me really comfortable with this whole situation is I would want it to fly past these zones. So actually, take back what I've just said, right? I'm still biased on the sell. I am still biased on the sell. That may be the wrong advice to be telling you guys, but this is my vibe based on how I trade. I'm still biased on the sell until it clears this level over here. If it has not done that, I'm looking for selling opportunities in the market only. Right? Selling opportunities in the market only, and that's the God's honest truth. Right? So let me just do this real quick and let's see how this looks. Because if it looks like how I think it looks, then yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I may get it wrong a few times, but that's what I'm doing until it does something to tell me that that view is no longer accurate. So yeah, so looking at how this is looking right now, in my opinion, I have a sell bias towards the market. Right, that is what I'll be looking for. Selling opportunities. As soon as the sell opportunity arrives, that's when I will jump in. But I'm not going to be taking buying opportunities even though market is going up, because it's in the zone where I feel it is going to break down. So I'm going to leave the video here, okay? But I am going to say this before I go, right? If you do not have a broker and you need a broker, or your broker that you're with isn't looking after you, isn't giving you that VIP treatment, okay, look in the description. There is a link to a broker I recommend, okay? It has a promo code. Make sure you use it and they will look after you. Also, if you're not using TradingView, there is a link in there also. Use that to get yourself hooked up on TradingView. Also, if you need educational material to help you on your trading journey, I have a blog that I've put together. It's all elegant, lovely. I've set it all up myself, right? And go in there, check it out. All the books are available on Amazon. Go in there, check it out, and get those books and make sure you review them all. It will help you on your trading journey, because the first thing that you want to get down is the education. Once you have the education down, everything else is easier after that. If you don't have the education, you're going to continue to chase your tail, and you're going to continue to blow accounts. There is only so much you can get from videos. Some things you need to actually read. You need to read the actual concept and try to locate these things on the market for yourself, so you have an all-round understanding, or should I say better comprehension of what it is that you're doing and how you're doing it. So with all of that covered, my awesome people from all around the world, I want to thank you for coming over to watch another episode of NAS100 analysis today. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so, because the content is useful and I believe it will help you on your trading journey. So until the next time, this is Pips and Points signing out.